Chris.
And remember, don't never touch a girl's radio on her lowrider.
What's going on, everybody? You guys know what it is. The American Cholo Podcast, broadcasting live and direct to you from North Hollywood, California. My name is Gil, and I am the American Cholo. What's up, Boo Bear?
What's up? What's up? We back in the studio again.
What you got over there, Holmes?
I got the homie Mickey right here, dog.
No, this guy, Cholo Mouse.
Cholo Mouse.
Cholo Mouse. This.
Representing Cholo on a logo.
And today, my absolute pleasure to bring a man who is savvy in business, savvy in life, a great father. I don't know about husband. I can't say that so much. I'm playing with you. And Mr. Michael Lopez. What's up, Michael?
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man. I'm a fan of the show, and
right.
I was like sitting here. I was like, I can't believe I'm on the show right now. I can't believe I'm on the show.
Believe it. Well, we met. Was it a year? Yeah, it was a year to change ago, right?
Yeah, I saw you at an event in Canoga Park, and I was like, oh shit, that's Gil American Cholo.
Yeah.
I watch his stuff, you know, and I walked out to him. I was like, hey man, hey, nice to meet you. My name is Mike. You know. I love your show. I'm a fan. Blah blah blah.
Well, he missed a certain part. He said, "Hey Gil, nice to meet you, man. I love your show. Sometimes I want to come out there and strangle you." I said, I said
did I say that?
Yes, you did.
No, I don't think I said that.
And that's when I know. All right, that's a real guy.
At least I said it to your face.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was like, what? Well, yeah, I'm doing something right then. I'm pissing you off. He's like, no, bro, it's all good. It's all good.
No. You know, it's you know, you disagree. You know,
I push
civilly.
buttons
You know,
sometimes.
yeah. Of course, you push buttons. Push a lot of motherfucking buttons.
Hell yeah, he does.
And you introduced me to this guy right here, right?
Yeah, Manny Cholo on a Lolo.
And we'll get to Cholo on a Lolo, but before that, let's get to you a little bit, man.
Yeah.
Where were you born and raised, my man?
I was born and raised in San Francisco, right in the city. I'm from the Bay, 415 till I die. Yeah, man.
Man, you
Yeah.
told me you're a Frisco fan, bro.
I am, bro.
Oh,
Candlestick Park was my backyard.
Really?
Like, I would look out of my window and I saw the fireworks. So I come up from a neighborhood called Sunnydale, not Sunnyvale.
Oh, you're the enemigos of what's the name who's coming right now after
RBL,
you.
yeah.
RBL posse.
Yeah, they called it the Swamp, and it wasn't the best neighborhood. And my parents still live there. I still go to visit, and yeah, that's where I'm from, Sunnydale.
So it's funny because you hear Sunnydale, you think of almost like a comedy show of right?
There was nothing funny about Sunnydale, bro. It was not a comedy. It was a drama.
So Sunnydale, what's the three cities over there? Sunnydale that are like,
Well, Sunnydale's a neighborhood.
okay.
It was like, look, Potrero Hill, you got the Mission, you got the Sunset, you got Hunters Point. Where,
Hunters Point is
you know,
RBL is from.
RBL is from. You know, then you had like V-Town, which is Vallejo, the town of Oakland. You got the city, the San Francisco. You know, then you got San Jose.
Okay,
So,
and now Sunnydale, where you're from, is that, kind of walk me through it. Apartments, houses, projects, like what is it?
actually, it's home of I don't know about now, but it used to be home of the second biggest, the second largest community Section 8 projects.
Okay.
I think in California or in the country, I'm not sure, but Sunnydale is south of San Francisco. It's right there by the Cow Palace, where Candlestick Park used to be. So yeah, we had the Geneva Towers that went down maybe like 10 years or 20 years ago. I forgot when. 20 years ago. And you remember New Jack City?
Yes.
Remember the towers they took over?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's the Geneva Towers of San
Okay.
Francisco. So that was, there were these two multi-level apartment buildings.
So, I think it's fair to say it was a pretty rough neighborhood over there.
It was a rough neighborhood, yeah.
And how did you maneuver through all that? Because, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think you took the Cholo route, the prison route, none of that. I mean, I'm sure you know a lot of people that did.
Unfortunately, I did. I was thinking, I was just having this conversation with somebody else. I was surrounded by really bad people with good intentions for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I grew a lot of my friends from back in the day are either in prison or dead. And it was crazy. You know, there was drive-bys right outside my house. I would kick it in front of my house on the stoop, and I would see SWAT teams coming down on both sides on Sawyer Street. So we were right around the corner from the Section 8 projects, which was the Swamp, Sunnydale. But I grew up there. I used to ride my bike through there. All my friends lived there.
Home.
I was home. The brick homes was like a step up from the projects. It was another section of our neighborhood, and they were all just brick homes. That's what they were called, brick homes. And I used to roll around in there all with my friends, play basketball, and we'd hear gunshots all the time. It's like, oh shit, it's 2 o'clock already. So
You have any siblings?
Yeah, I got two brothers, two younger brothers.
And so were you the guy kind of keeping them out of trouble as well, or?
When they in the trouble.
Yeah, my middle brother got into a little bit of trouble, unfortunately, and didn't pick the right friends. Same friends as mine, but I had the good friends where I remember they did dirt and they used to go do dirt and they'd be like, nah, Mike, you ain't coming. So I had really good friends.
Yeah.
And I remember I was from the swamp during the time where you remember Colors, Menace to Society,
Yeah,
all that.
all that
This
coming
was
out.
during that time, and it was dangerous around San Francisco. And since I lived in the swamp, I went to another school called James Lick, which was all Hunters Point people. And around that time, there was a huge rivalry. And I'm pretty
Yes.
sure
I just did all my homework on that. That's what it's kind of cool to hear this right
it's
now.
a huge rival. There was a drug dealer by the name of Peter Lee that got killed in the swamp. Hunters Point people were responsible for it, and I could have been pretty fucked up really bad, but I had friends at James Lick that just watched my back, and they never told anybody where I was from. Never told anybody. I was very fortunate. My parents didn't. My mom didn't know. I didn't have my dad around around that time, but my mom didn't know. But I didn't want to stress her out. She had single mom, 3 boys. Another thing to deal with. But it was dangerous. It wasn't safe.
Yeah, I heard around that time, when Colors came out, it just like out here, it just made the membership.
worse.
It pumped everybody up.
It did.
Oh, yeah.
It pumped everybody up.
Everybody, even LAPD.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
So, while you're going to school, is that affecting your grades? Or were you good at school, or?
I wasn't. I was a horrible student. I was a bad kid. I wasn't a bad kid where I was out there doing dirt. I wanted to, but my friends wouldn't let me. But I was a bad kid in the sense of my behavior. I had no direction. I had no mentorship. I had no dad around. My mom and dad had divorced at the time. He moved away to Chicago, and they got back together many, many, many years later. But I hung around some really bad kids, and I got in some messed up situations where to the point where my mom finally figured it out and says, I was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
My Thea lived in Diamond Bar.
Okay.
And she's like, you're going with your aunt to Diamond Bar.
Oh, that's funny.
So my mom shipped me to Diamond Bar when I was a freshman and sophomore year. And then I came back to the Bay Area for my junior and senior year.
So, how old were you when you left for Diamond Bar?
Around 14.
Okay. And you stayed out here in Diamond Bar for how long?
2 years. And then my aunt says, nah, he's going back because I got into some trouble.
Yeah, you're going to find trouble wherever you are, bro.
I found trouble. I just didn't
Yeah.
have a direction. I didn't have anybody telling me anything, I mean, I had my parents, my mom, my Thea, my uncle, but they couldn't control me.
Yeah, it's one of
once
those
you wild,
things.
you wild.
Yeah, you don't want to hear from a family member.
And you're young and stupid, and you had no direction. I didn't know what, I was creative back then, but I didn't have an outlet.
Were you killing with the ladies for? Or were you ugly duckling back then, Cardan? You became this beautiful swan. Over there.
Right?
You know what?
I want to make a blush, bro. Make a blush.
Right, salt and pepper right there.
I was actually short and chubby, and then I ran track.
And you stretched out,
And I
huh?
stretched out.
Yeah.
Fool. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, I gotta go run around
Sign
the
me up for
block.
track, bro.
All right. Maybe too late for us, Gil. But fuck it, we'll try it.
Oh man! So now you're in Diamond Bar. What was the first shock or like difference that you noticed down here from Southern California than from up north, if any? at the
Well,
time?
one, I was wearing sweats all the time and parkas because I'm from the Bay. So here I am.
cool over there.
It's cool. So I'm going to school in parkas and sweats, and everybody's like in shorts and tank tops with fluorescent colors, white people everywhere. I was like, I felt like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
the Valley girls back then, all kind of stuff, especially over there.
Yeah, man. And, I went from, nothing but Samoan girls, black girls, and Latinas to nothing but white girls in Diamond Bar.
Diamond Bar,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, shit.
Like, what's going on
I
here?
ain't
You
Can- I
stick
ain't
out like a sore
Kansas
thumb.
anymore.
So now you head back. Did you go back to your place that you grew up in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Went back down to the swamp, and this time I was supposed to go to one of those city high schools, but my mom was like, "You're not going to one of these schools. You're going to Mills in Millbrae," and that was like the 90210.
Okay, the
school.
nicer.
Yeah,
Okay.
I went there. It was like a 15-minute commute. It was outside. It was one of the suburbs, and yeah, I had a really good group of friends there that I met. A lot more positive, and I still keep in contact with them.
That's
so.
dope, bro. So that's your when you were younger, right? So now Michael's getting out of high school. You know what you're gonna do, or you just like
No, okay. I had no idea, bro. I mean, you know what? I fell into being an intern at 106 KMEL in San Francisco, which was the beat.
Okay.
Or Power 106.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then, there was this guy by the name of Big Paul Tuivai who turned into my mentor and honestly shaped my life. he taught me. I was a wallflower. I was insecure about myself. I was very quiet, and he kind of pulled it out of me and says, "Yo, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna get in front of the people. You're gonna get on the air. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that." And I was like, "Oh shit, okay." And he took me under his wing, and he passed away a couple years ago. And honestly, it was a heartbreaking situation. But he was the one person who kind of believed in me and shaped me.
I think we all need that in life, right?
Man.
It really helps having that mentor.
100%.
Now, were you on the radio?
At Cameo, I was just out in the vans. I was out in the vans.
Oh, you were that guy.
Yeah, I was that guy. And then I got hired. A bigwig left Cameo, went to Wild 107, turned into Wild 94.9, and I got hired there. And he brought me on as, all right, you're getting paid for this. And then I started getting on the air. So I was like, yo, this is Mikey on 29th and Mission in San Francisco. Come on down, get your wind sticker. Yo, what's up, everybody? Make some noise. So yeah, that was so that was me. So and then I was doing that for a good year, and then I started working. And then I worked at Power 106. I came down to LA, became an actor, commercial actor. I worked at Power 106. So
what were you doing at Power 106?
Same thing. I was riding around
you were that guy doing the pop-ups and everything else.
So yeah.
You're driving that van around?
I was driving that van
during
around.
like Tito days? Was it Tito?
I would drive Tito around, bro. The Baker Boys, Demiza, Big Boy.
You didn't cruise in Tito's lowrider right there in the parking lot?
Oh, his little, his little Corvette.
Yeah. He had that Regal too.
Yeah. Tito's top 404.
Whatever happened to Tito, fool?
Yeah, I know, but I used to work in that building. That's how I know.
Oh,
right, the 2600.
Yeah, 2600.
Yeah. I used to work in that building during that time.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened to Tito. He ended up buying the janitorial for that building. Yeah, the business for that building because he came out of janitorial.
Yeah.
That's how he got put on.
Yeah, he was a janitor, bro.
Yeah, he would come and get the trash, and Big Boy would put him on, and then everybody liked the way
he's kind of like Guillermo
from Jim.
Jimmy Kimmel.
That's who he was.
Yeah.
That's who he was.
Yeah, he killed it, bro. He was like one of the most popular guys out there.
He was. Everybody knew Tito, bro. Everybody knew Tito.
So now, did you practice your radio voice, or were you always? Honestly, bro, were you?
It was actually Big Paul that taught me how to do my radio voice. So he's like, look, just mention who you are, your location, what you're doing, name, location, Wild 94.9, and I'm out.
Yeah, just let the audience know he doesn't really speak like that. Right now when he's outside, he's like, hey, girl, how are you? Hey, Michael, how you doing? Just when he goes on air. He goes, hey, this is... Yeah, that's his voice. That's his voice, bro. So that's what... Oh man! So okay, man, you're getting a flavor of everything, bro. As far as California goes, because you got the up north flavor. You come down for a minute, go up there, do some radio. You're coming down here, so you're part of the hip hop culture, the whole culture down here. After you're doing the radio thing, is that what you were thinking? Okay, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life. I'm gonna do some acting. What are you thinking?
Well, I was working in radio, and then I got fired because I just was
on your day off.
I got fired on. How'd you get fired on your day off?
It's happened to me. That's a true story.
No, I got fired from 106. I think at that point I
got fired too from 106.
Yeah, we did, bro. We did. We had the video up for 24 hours.
That's funny. But no, I just got tired of doing it. I think I got tired of doing it, and then I just got into a lot of commercial. I started doing commercial work.
Okay.
And I was quite successful very early, but then I had no mentorship. I was making a shit ton of money.
Commercials back then,
dude,
money,
back
bro.
then, one commercial made probably like 80, 90, 100,000.
And then you would still get some money off.
Yeah, still.
So there were national commercials.
Oh, they were national. My first one was Applebee's. I did Levi's. I did some modeling.
What were you doing for Applebee's? Just eating and smiling?
Into bar or what?
Yeah, it was a Applebee's commercial. That was my very first commercial. And after like 18 takes, they kept bringing a new dish for every take, right? And then they were like, yeah, we want you to eat it, having a good time with your friends. I'm like, all right, shit, I'm getting free steak.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I was going for it every. And then I was like, hey, bro, I can't eat anymore. He's like, just spit it out. I was like, where? He's like, there's a spit bag underneath here. I was like, I didn't know that's what that was. So there was like, so you're supposed to eat, cut, spit.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. So I was like, hey, bro, I'm eating way too much. I can't do this anymore. So, it's like you're learning.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, rookie mistake.
Yeah.
And the funny part was there those people that knew you were eating. Like, look at this jackass.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Let's see how long it's going to take. Yeah.
So you were doing a bunch of commercials. I bet at that time you thought, all right, I made it. I'm going to keep making all this money.
Yep. Yeah. You know what, bro? If And this is what I tell my sons all the time. I try to tell them all the time, like, yo, I want you to learn from my mistakes. I could have probably bought maybe 4 houses back then with the market, with the prices, what I was making. I could have bought four houses, and I partied it away at the Century Club.
Right. Oh yeah, I would have too. I would have been right with you.
Century Club. That's when bottle service just came out, bro.
damn.
I was like, yo, drinks are on me. Ladies, let's go. You know, so I was stupid. I was fucking pendejo, bro.
man.
And I pissed it all
But
away.
you know what I tell friends? I've known many friends like you have done that, right?
yeah.
You know what I tell them? But the memories will last forever.
They do.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Because you ain't taking nothing with you when you're gone, homie.
No, but
No, but it'd be nice to have a couple of them houses right now, bringing money in every month.
you know,
Like,
I could have been set by now.
what year was this?
It was 1999 through 2000.
So an average home in Burbank was about 200,000.
Yeah. In the valley, a buck 25 bucks.
Yeah, that average home now is 1.2 million.
You could have been the real estate mogul, bro.
Oh yeah.
I think my first year out, I made around 180,000, 100. My first year, and I just booked 2 commercials.
Yeah.
2 my first year.
Yeah.
No, I booked 5.
And you thought so, but what happened? I mean, that's a great gig. What happened with the commercial stuff?
You know, it's gambling. That's all it is. You know, you're constantly going in for new auditions. New auditions is basically new job interviews. That's it. Right. And you're not going to get all of them.
Were you trying to become an actor at the same time, a full blown actor, or were you just doing the commercial thing?
Yeah, I was, but I was not trained at all, and I had so many great opportunities, but I was not ready. I was not ready. I wasn't going to acting class. I was like, I'll fucking wing it.
No disrespect.
I'll wing it, I
But no
got
disrespect. You know, before you just, but you were like that pretty bimbo.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was that pretty. I'll get like, nah, bro. Like you had the looks, bro, but
Yeah.
You didn't go train.
I didn't go train. I didn't take it seriously.
Oh, bro.
And another something else that I talk to my kids about. I was like,
We could be looking
'cause
at
time
Brad
goes
Pitt
by
right
quick.
here, bro. We could be looking
Before
at
you
Brad
know
Pitt.
it, your time's up.
time's up. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So when was the last commercial you did?
Oh, this year.
So you're still doing
I
something.
took a break from 2006 when my first son was born. I didn't want to go out on auditions anymore. I wanted to be with my kid.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm done because
That was your firstborn?
Yeah, my firstborn.
Nice.
I only have 2. And 2006, I was done. I was like, I'm tired of doing auditions.
Burned out.
Yeah, I was burnt out, you know, and it was drying up by that time. Then 2018, I had 2 kids. My wife and I were like, my wife loves to travel. She actually introduced me to traveling, world traveling. And I never traveled until I met my wife.
Yeah.
And she was like, hey, you want to take off for 6 months? And at that point, I was burnt out. I owned the gym.
Yeah.
I was like, what if we just took off for a year? She's like, let's figure it out. So we did. We figured out a way to make passive income. We figured out a way to homeschool our kids, and we sold everything we had, and we went and traveled the world for a year.
Wow.
Dude.
Just chilling out.
So where did you guys go?
Yeah.
I went all over Europe, drove all of France for a whole month, all of Spain, Italy, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Costa Rica. We lived in Costa Rica for 6 weeks. It was beautiful.
What is one of the nicest places you think out of all those that you, if you had to pick one that I want to live there?
Oh, dude. Costa Rica, we bought land there. So we have 1.2 acres of land. We bought it in 2020. We plan on building a house probably this next coming year. Portugal's another one. Spain, Barcelona, dude.
Really?
Yeah,
They're
dude.
just all out there, huh?
It's beautiful. It's just a different life. And I always tell people we're doing it wrong here.
That's what I've heard.
We're doing it wrong. They actually live their life there. They live. They work to live. They don't live to work. Where here it's just like hustle, especially here in LA. Especially,
Yeah,
and
fast
that's the
life.
reason why we wanted to take our kids out of school
Nice.
to show them what's out there. We don't want them to grow up with this LA mentality.
Took 'em out the box.
Yeah.
yeah.
What you're wearing, what you're driving, all
Yeah.
that shit. That's not important in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I have a buddy of mine who's a superintendent at work, right? And he went to Portugal and he thought he was gonna retire. He moved there for a couple of years. He was there during COVID, and he was like, "Why'd you come back?" I said, "Money. I need to come back and work." But he's like, when I was watching the news and I was watching all the Americans getting toilet paper, going crazy over there. No, you go to the store.
Yeah. Nothing.
He's like, everybody's normal. Everybody's chill. Nobody's. It's America. This is what makes America.
Here's a funny story. I was in Hamburg. I was in Hamburg, Germany during Black Friday, during Thanksgiving. And I went to the Lego store. My kids wanted to go to the Lego store. We were downtown in Hamburg. And, I think it was Black Friday. No, it was a Saturday, the weekend after the big sales. They have Black Friday sales out there.
Yeah.
So there's a young girl at the front. My kids are running around playing with Legos. I'm like, hey, do you guys have Black Friday deals here? She's like, oh, yeah, we do. I was like, was anybody fighting? She's like, Why? I was
would
like,
you fight?
let me show you.
Yeah.
This is how we do it in America. she was like, why do people do that? I was like, because we're stupid.
Yeah.
We're Americans, bro. We're Americans. We're Americans.
This is how we do it.
That's right.
You know, we fuck little granny up walking into Walmart over her
push off to
TV.
the
Yeah.
side.
We get big trucks and smash smaller trucks, bro.
Dude, yeah. So
that's what makes
they
it great.
don't do that out there. They don't care about that shit.
Now, did you have to
Damn.
plan it a year in advance? This thing? Or how?
No, we literally were just like,
Just do it?
we're gonna come over here, see what we do. All right, next week, where do you want to go? But the cool thing about it is, over there in Europe, you could jump on a train and be in another country in 2
Yeah,
hours.
because Europe,
Yeah,
you
the way
could
the
jump.
countries are divided.
You could jump on an airplane from Barcelona and go to Rome and be there in an hour and pay $30 for the flight.
Wow, you do that. Here,
Imagine-
from here to Vegas is like
No,
200
no.
bucks.
Yeah, $200.
Yeah.
It's not like that over there, bro. I mean, people go to work in different countries. You don't see them with luggage or anything.
Yeah,
Like, I gotta go to
passports
work.
and all that.
They're in their office in 30 minutes in another country.
They're not shutting the borders down over there.
They're not doing it.
I brought Michael here to expose him, bro. I heard that Mike was really being a stripper out there, and he was going from. he's the original
Red light
Magic
district
Mike,
to
bro.
red light
He's the
district.
original-
Yeah,
That's
bro.
how he was paying for that. So you guys weren't working, or you guys were going to town, working in some place for a little bit.
You know what's funny? My wife, she, God, well,
Here
okay,
goes.
here we go.
Expose.
My wife we left in September, and she was gonna plan on quitting her job in November because she works from home. She's a pharmaceutical clinical research analyst, so she works from home, and she has to go to on site every so often.
Right.
So the moment she left, she was still getting her paycheck. They didn't know she was gone, and she was gonna quit in November. They came up to her, they called her up and said in the middle of November or the beginning of November, say, hey, we're going to take a lot off your plate. So just show for the rest of the year. She's like, okay.
Perfect, bro.
Until and then January came. She came back to the States, did her visits, flew back to Europe to meet us.
Yeah.
And she came out every so often.
Worked out great.
Yeah, worked out great.
Still getting paid. That's right.
Yeah.
Was it just your first son you went to Europe with, or
No, I've been there maybe twice before.
no? But when you went on this one tour, the first time, it was just your son was born the first one, or both? When you went in,
Both.
How old were they?
The little one was 7 to 8, and the other one was 12 to 13.
Oh wow! So,
so they remember.
They still
Oh, yeah,
remember.
they still remember. We're actually thinking about doing it again probably next year. We're probably thinking about.
You need another
You can
child?
take Boo Boo. Yeah,
Boo Boo, come on, let's go.
Another child?
You can take Boo Boo, bro.
Dude, I would love to see the American Cholo European podcast tour, dude. I mean,
love you, right?
Hey, you'll have it with pitchforks. Kill the American. Kill the American. All I said was screw the queen. Kill the American.
I mean, I'll be honest with you guys won't want to come back. You won't wanna come
That
back.
is what I've heard.
No, you won't want to come back.
I've heard it's just a whole different vibe, bro.
No, it is. It is. It's a wonderful vibe. And then when I got back, this is where I was going to. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't want to go back to the gym business. I owned the gym, and then my wife suggested, "Why don't you get back into acting?" I was like, "You want me to get back into the most unstable, high unemployment, freaking?" And she's like, "Yeah, I want you to do that." I was like, so I had a very supportive wife.
That's right.
Yeah,
And I was like,
you,
okay.
Chris.
Called up my old agent and
That's it.
said, can I come
Thank you,
back?
bud.
And she's like, yeah. And the first audition I booked, and I was like, oh shit. So, and then COVID came. Oh my God, bro. Me, my wife's not an actress. And my 2 kids, all of a sudden we started doing 8-10 commercials a year.
Oh, wow.
Because they were booking people together, not separate husband, separate wife, separate kid. You know?
Because it's a family.
It's a family. So we were booking like crazy. We did Amazon, Target, Pokemon, IHOP. I was on the Ozempic commercial, you know?
Ozempic all day long.
We're
bro.
back.
Yeah.
We're back.
Yeah.
He's a Mortimer. We're back in business.
Yeah, dude. So it's been great ever since.
That's right.
Shit, I'm doing SWAT on Monday.
No way.
Yeah, I'm doing SWAT on
What are
Monday.
you doing? What are you doing? You've been
Playing a
TV
SWAT
show,
commander,
right?
bro. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so things have been going pretty good. I've been extremely fortunate. Extremely fortunate. I have good agents.
Is it the agents, the hustle? What is it?
You know what I think? I think I aged into the right time.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I don't know if a lot of people still are doing this at my age, and I just being Latino
Yeah.
at my age, and I think that's what made.
Oh, you got the actor look, bro. I mean,
Oh, well, appreciate
you
it.
got the no, you got like the
You look like a stupid actor.
You got the
haircut.
the Mexican Brad Pitt. You got the Benjamin what is it, Pratt? What's his name?
I appreciate that. Thank
Right,
you very
Benjamin
much.
Pratt. Now,
wow, thank you.
is Is it, well, you think it's a little bit easier now? Because like Benjamin Pratt, he obviously changed his name to Pratt because the Latino name, a lot of people will just stereotype you, want to put you in a category.
Well, back then, I mean, it was harder for us back then. Even when I started, it was harder for us. I have people who are my white friends who are actors who are like, dude, we're not getting anything now. We're not getting anything.
Roles are flipped.
Yeah, and I was like, and it's all going towards this is a great time if you want to be an actor to come on in, because it has changed. The landscape has changed.
Right. That's perfect. So now let's talk about, being a father, juggling the family life. How do you do that? What's one of the toughest things about being a dad that you didn't know when you were younger?
Toughest things about being a dad. You know what? I don't know how I answer that, because I fortunately have some really good kids.
Nice.
I have an 18-year-old who's at Loyola Marymount, who's a filmmaker.
Congrats.
I mean, he actually won Disney Dreamer of the Year.
I've seen that.
This year in Orlando. 50,000 applicants, 100 get chosen to go to Disneyland for this mentorship program with, I mean, the Damon from Shark Tank was there. It's like a really cool 5-day intense program.
Is that what that was? I saw your IG with all the pictures.
Yeah, and then he got chosen to be Disney Dreamer of the Year, which is one person a year. And he's a great kid. Great kid. Walks into a room, can introduce himself to everybody, not shy at all. My other one, Nicolas, he's a little bit more rambunctious. He talks a lot of shit, but smart kid. But both very creative, kids. I'm very proud of my boys. The hardest thing is, I think, dealing with technology.
Okay.
That's honestly the hardest thing.
As far as them like hooked on it, or
hooked on it.
Yeah, I think that's everybody.
I'm actually taking my younger son's phone away, and I'm getting him a phone with just phone,
a flip,
and a phone. Yeah. And I think honestly, the telephones these days are the biggest drug.
Yes.
Oh,
for
yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Even for adults.
Yeah. So
I think in China, even though we don't want to be like China, but I think in China it's like an hour and a half, 2 hour max.
Yeah.
And after that, and like
a day or
that's it. And
No, they don't let
and
you.
over here, some of like the biggest like what's the name? Not from Apple, from Microsoft, all these big moguls. Their kids don't have that stuff.
yeah, their kids
Don't even have TVs.
Yep.
what?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Books.
I think the guy who invented the iPad for Steve Jobs says my kids don't. We don't let
Was
them.
that Steve Jobs?
Yeah.
Did he invent the iPad? The iGadgets,
The
I would
Apple,
say?
yeah.
I mean, it goes back to that biggie. Don't get high in your own supply. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't get high in your own supply.
The guy from TikTok, when Congress was jamming him up, they say, "Do you let your kids?" Oh no, my kids don't watch this.
Exactly.
Like in other words, it's junk stuff. I mean, technology is great, but I had a conversation with one of my nieces at Thanksgiving. She wasn't talking to nobody, and she's my niece. I've known her forever, and she's just like.
Exactly.
She puts her. I said no. I talked to her mom. I said, hey, you need to tell her something like this.
Yeah, but most parents are more like just here and
No,
just
bro.
stay quiet, and then they go do their thing.
Her mom
You know?
is.
I'm not saying that's her, but most
her
moms.
mom's. Her kids are in
Dads.
college and stuff.
Yeah.
But dude, she's stuck in her brothers and sisters. Like, she's stuck in the Matrix.
No, fuck that, bro. I can curse. No?
You can curse, bro.
No, that actually pisses me off, and actually to the point where my son knows when he brings friends over. Make sure to say hi to my dad when you walk into the house.
Nice.
And shake his hand and look at his eye. Because that's what I taught my kids. Before we walked into any room, I was like, you go in, what are you going to do when we walk in? We're going to say hello to everybody, look into their eyes, shake their hands. I'm like, don't ever embarrass me.
That's right.
And what are we going to do when we leave? We're going to say bye to everybody. I was like, you can get your phone on your phones later, but you're going to go and socialize with your friends and family. That's what we're here for.
Every child and every parent should know this as well, that your child is a reflection of you.
Absolutely.
If your child's acting a fool, you're a child. That's a reflection of the parents.
Absolutely.
And not a lot, but the parents that don't take it that way, that's where the kids act a fool. But that's because did you see that one that went viral? This is young little girl in Walmart, and she's grabbing meat. She just happened this week. She's grabbing meat. She's throwing it on the floor. She's got to be all of 9 years old, stepping on the meat, throwing stuff.
Got knocked out.
And you hear the mom in the background. And people, don't touch her. You don't know what she's going through. I'm like, she's going through. I would have been like, what? That's what you're going through.
Dude, I would have taken on my shoulder. Get your ass over here right now.
Finally, people got involved. She started throwing like big old bottles of wine on the floor. What? And that's when people.
Oh, I heard about that. I want to see that video.
Yeah,
no,
bro.
that kid would have been getting their asses kicked right in front of everybody, bro.
I got taken to the restroom.
But I was like, I'm sorry. If it was me, I saw her. I would have been like, no. Her mom, I said, you better stop your kid. If you ain't gonna stop her, I'm gonna stop her. But I mean, like grabbing every and people are just sitting there watching. People are so scared to say anything nowadays. But that's the TikTok world, bro. And then in China,
went
also, I think
viral,
they do. China, all they do on their TikToks, education.
Yeah, education. Yeah. Here, they give us the shit.
Dude, not that we're gonna talk politics, but last time I had a live and we're talking some but regular like on a panel politics.
Yeah.
I got blocked for a week on TikTok. I was like, dude, I didn't
How
even
did I
say
get
anything.
blocked?
I see Shotty Bay's big ass over there saying all kind of stuff. I see all these other crazy TikTokers being butt naked, shooting. I'm like,
And you get blocked.
and I get blocked for a week.
What'd you say, Trump?
No, yeah, but we were just talking.
That's what you did.
We were just talking. I said, American Cholo, you're a great American. So now we've gone through your history and all that, but the star of the show, I hate to say, Michael, it's not you, bro.
No, it's all right.
It's this guy right here, bro.
Cholo and the Lolo, bro.
It's this guy right here. Show him, Chris, my man, right here, who's been sitting in my. He's been sitting.
Where the tamales at, fool?
I wish. The molly's been in my belly. Shit.
What's up, homie? Let's get some tacos.
So this guy has been sitting on my fire mantle. You know that one thing that you leave out?
Yeah.
Halloween, you leave something out all the time. Christmas, this is the guy that didn't get put back in the box. He stays in the fireplace. And then we got the Christmas tree out last weekend. And then my wife puts it right there by the tree. And I look at it. I said, you know what? And then I seen Michael talking shit to me on IG. And I was like, you know what? It's time to get him over here, bro.
Was I really talking shit?
Yes.
I always say respectfully speaking because I don't ever want somebody to get the wrong content. You know, you could read. It's like when you tell your girl to read the text and all of a sudden she adds her own shit.
Yeah,
you know, it's like,
Hey, hey, baby, respectfully, I've been dating your friend.
Damn.
Now, Michael always seems to think I want to go viral because I'm talking my shit, but I'm like, no, you don't understand. I've lost. I could have. My numbers ever since I started talking my shit, like politically, they stay stuck because I lose. But the other ones come, so it stays. But that's what it is. If I wanted to go viral, you know what I'll do? I'll be talking about this YouTube drama. I'll be talking about
that'd be easy.
lefty gunplay. I'll be talking about F this guy. Oh my God, my numbers go through the roof. When you do the stuff I do, it don't, bro. It don't. It don't pay the bills.
Yeah.
But to me, it's about a platform, and then also bringing guys like you out here to to show you guys what you're doing. So now let's talk about this vato right here.
All right.
Where the idea, the whole story behind this?
oh, dude, interesting story.
So is this the first one that came
That's
out?
the first one that came out. That's the original Cholo on a Lolo. Call him Manny. It started out as a drunk night, bro. I was talking with some friends. We were talking shit about Elf on a Shelf. They asked me, hey, Mike, do you do Elf on a Shelf with your kids? I'm like, fuck no, bro. We don't do Elf on a Shelf.
Yeah.
You know, we're Mexican. I'm like, that's some white people shit.
Fuck no, man. You might get beat up for that kind of shit over here.
But I was like, man, if I had Elf on a Shelf, he'd be hood as fuck. He'd do this, do that, and we were just laughing. And and then when you squeeze him, you talk shit. I was like, yeah, that'd be funny. And then, we started talking about, he would do this. He just got on parole. He's doing that. And then I went over to a friend's house the next day. I was writing something. I always ask this person for their opinion. And I told her about this conversation I was having with my friends about this Cholo and the Lolo thing. We're just laughing. She's like, Mike, you should do this. I was like, it's stupid. And she's like, no, it's so stupid. It may work.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I went home, got on the drawing board, started sketching, started researching where I can get it done. 2 weeks later, I get a sample and I looked at it. I'm like,
Nice.
oh shit, I'm doing this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And that's how it started. And funny story is, I was going to have this whole Cholo thing going and I stopped. He's going to be coming out of parole and all that. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to do that. I want to make it positive. I want to make it a positive story because then I feel like I'm just adding to the negative narrative of our community and of the subculture. And so I made it very positive. I wrote a coloring book to go with it. And it's a cool little coloring book because it talks about Manny and his friends, La Chismosa and him. And
That's La Chismosa?
That's La Chismosa right there. Yeah, man. So
Where's her button at?
it goes sideways.
Sideways?
And remember, don't never touch a girl's radio in her lowrider.
You got to touch the long house for her to talk, bro.
Remember, homie, where you at? Time to hit the switches.
Yeah, so I made it a positive story, and I wanted to kind of like give back to the community and say, hey, this is a positive thing in our subculture. And, I wanted to, so that's the story. And then my dad, right when it started getting started getting made and almost here, my dad got diagnosed with lung cancer. So in San Francisco, he's actually in Chicago right now. They freaking he got qualified to do a double lung transplant. What? So in April, he got a double lung transplant in Northwestern in Chicago. Props out to all the doctors.
right.
This last April?
Yeah.
Wow.
He has to be there for a whole year of recovery.
Yes.
He comes home in April. But I started using the profits from that to help because it's not cheap
No.
to stay alive in America. So
Yeah, right.
unfortunately. So I started using that to help. We had to find him an apartment. We had, he was on his way out. He was probably he was going to be dead. He would have been dead right now. But he got on the list at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. 22 hours later, the doctor came in and said, "Hey, we found some lungs. Do you want them?"
Wow.
He's like, "What?" And 12 hours later, he had a new set of lungs.
Wow, what a blessing.
So he had to fly out to Chicago? Because
They
I'm assuming he was here?
He was in San Francisco.
Okay.
And he was on oxygen all day. And he couldn't crank it up high enough. He ended up going to hospital in San Francisco. He couldn't come out because there was no oxygen tanks that were given the supply he needed.
Yeah.
So he had to stay in the hospital. Thank God there was a social worker there that suggested you should look into Northwestern. Would you be interested in going to Chicago because they have lung transplants there and that's what you need and they're the best in the country? He's like, yeah. She made a phone call. They sent over his stuff. They said they looked at it. They're like, he's a good candidate. Send him over. They flew him on a private jet. Wow. Him and my mom to Northwestern, and he was admitted right away. A week later, he was under the table.
How long was the surgery?
I think between 10 and 12 hours.
That's a big surgery. You got to open it. Then you got to open the chest. The lung.
open this.
Oh, they'll go from here.
Under here, up, and then they open
Crack-
you like
crack it open?
like a clamshell.
And so how long is the recovery for that? 1 year?
Well, he, it was very uncomfortable. He looked like the Matrix,
Yeah.
like all the tubes coming in and out. He wasn't comfortable, but like everything, it will pass, and he did. And now he's walking around. He needs a cane every so often, but he's doing magnificent.
Right
No
on. Shout out to
oxygen,
your
no
dad,
nothing?
bro.
Yeah, no
Shout out to
oxygen
dad.
tank,
Wow,
nothing.
shout out to
I
Dad.
mean, yeah. So
right.
he's doing great, but he has to stay in Chicago for a whole year for the whole recovery to make a check, ongoing check engine light, all that shit, make sure he's good.
Oh, yeah.
Then he comes back home. He's probably going to live with me and my wife, and he has to stay here for a whole year, and then he gets the green light to travel, and I think that's where we're going to probably start.
All right.
Start traveling.
We're out.
Yeah, that's it, Dad. We're going to take you everywhere.
We're taking you because let me tell you something, dude. I mean, and this is what I tell my dad and my mom would just stay home, go to Elephant Bar on Friday, go to Target on Saturday, go to Costco on Sunday. That was their life.
Sounds like me, bro.
And novellas.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I'm
you
done
got
with
a
this.
second chance at life, Dad. You're gonna travel with us, and you owe it to yourself.
You know where
didn't-
you're going first?
You didn't do this so you can go home and still watch novellas all day.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I want to travel, so
yeah.
and that's what we're gonna do.
Do you plan for him to go first?
We're probably gonna. My mom doesn't like to travel, so we have to dip her toes. So we're probably going to Mexico City,
Oh, okay,
San
close
Miguel
by.
Allende, and yeah, come back and then
Yeah.
go maybe to Costa Rica, come back Colombia, and then head on over to Europe.
So now I'm your dad. You say doesn't need oxygen anymore, right?
Nope.
So right before the surgery, I'm sure it was even difficult for him to speak.
He was in bed the whole time. He
Was he like trying to speak to you, or was it?
he was on oxygen the whole time.
So how beautiful was it to see your dad without that oxygen?
it was
actually
great,
speaking
man.
to him, bro?
It was great.
I
It-
bet.
it
dude. What's your
was-
dad's name?
Angel.
Angel. Angel
Perfect
has an
name.
angel
Yeah,
over
yeah,
him,
yeah,
bro. That's
yeah.
a beautiful thing.
right.
So this guy helped, pay some bills over there
Yeah.
for Angel.
Yeah.
He's got his stock out right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see. He's got it. He's got it. He's got the earn tattoos for like some of these wanksters out there with their fake tattoos. Homie. He got the
the wear.
teardrop. So who came up with the design, Holmes? Was that all you?
I did. I came up with everything. The sticker. This is a sticker. You know what's funny about this? When I was a kid, I used to draw this character all the time. All the time. I should just doodle this character.
Yeah.
And it came in handy. This was the design
That's
for.
where it came from, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it came
Michael.
back.
We actually came here to serve you with a cease and desist letter for Boo Boo's beard. This came
Right, right.
This is Boo Boo's beard right here, bro.
Right there, homie.
This is Boo Boo's beard. Hey, this is you, Boo Boo. Look,
right,
with the Pendleton and everything. Bro.
You know how many times people come up to the booth and be like, "Yo, this looks like my uncle." It's like that looks like everybody's uncle.
Yeah. Yes,
Thank you,
right.
bro. Thank you. So once you came up with him, what's Manny's story in the book? Give us a quick highlight of his story, of their story first.
It happens on Christmas Eve. Santa goes down in Boyle Heights, and Manny and his friends, are they find him, they help him, and they get them back in the air, and there's a surprise at the end. I don't want to.
Okay, yeah, you know,
away, but I'm leaving one for you. So
for sure.
You know, even has a Pino, dude. Look, check it out.
They still let me know.
The Whittier Boulevard signs out
bro,
there.
we got the Whittier Boulevard sign.
Yeah.
So
And then she came in to the story.
that's La Chismosa.
That she's most are they buddies?
Yeah.
Is that the homie? Where you at?
and then where did Cholo Mouse come into this thing?
Cholo Mouse came basically when I knew Disney was losing their rights.
That's what I was gonna ask
Yeah,
you. Yes.
when Disney lost, when
a couple years ago,
the
right?
original Mickey Mouse is now public domain. So now anybody could use it.
That's Waldo, Oswald or something like that.
Can you like make T-shirts with Mickey Mouse?
As long as it's the original, not the new. There's a newer Mickey Mouse that is, you know.
Oh, so it's got to be that old school black and
Old
white
school-
one, the
old
old,
school black and
the
white.
old racist
Yes,
one.
yes. Steamboat.
No, there's some those cartoons, Chris.
Oh, okay.
There's
So this is one from 1923 then.
That's
The
what it
original one.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, Superman, Batman is coming out. Daffy Duck is coming out pretty soon in a couple years.
But you have to use the old print of them.
Yes.
You can't use this one until another 100 years, 80, whatever.
95 years.
Oh, it's 95?
95
Wow.
years. So that version has been around for 95 years.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah, 23.
So
1923.
can people purchase these online? Or what?
Choloonalolo.com.
That's right. So now we got another one to talk about, bro. The Boulevard Connect. There it is. That's where you can find people like Boo Boo who are looking for hot times. And not
No,
not hot
times.
That's not the pineapple party.
Upside down pineapples?
Oh, damn, dude.
How you know about them?
Dude, I recently found out about that. I was on
This guy right
on
here, bro.
Instagram and I see all these people talking about, oh, I'm putting upside down pineapples on my friend's door for a joke. I was like, what does that mean? And I looked, I was like, oh shit, I never knew what that meant. You know, upside down pineapples.
That's how Boo Boo, bro.
No, I found out on these cruise ships. 'Cause I go on these cruises a lot, you know?
He woke
And I
up.
was
He
like,
woke
okay.
up. He woke up next to Diddy, bro. He said, Diddy, is that you?
He's all, hey, Boo Boo, take that.
Yeah, Boo Boo knows about the upside down pineapples, bro.
Yeah, I don't know too much, but I was just, yeah.
So the
Boo Boo, come out and play.
Knocking on my door.
So the Boulevard Connect, the world's largest digital garage, providing the tools to find. All right, so talk to us about that, bro.
You know, bro, as when I was a vendor, you know, I was always in the lowrider scene, but I was never in the lowrider scene. You know,
Okay.
you know, back in when I was a kid, I used to go to lowrider shows in San Jose. I used to cruise Tully Boulevard, Tully in San Jose, and I actually got in trouble when I was with Wild 94.9. I threw a cruise on Mission Street, and I had to answer to
the other one that said, "Hey, why everybody we're gonna cruise?"
Dude, yeah, and this is when cruising was illegal, and
Yeah.
police came out and they said, move it to Pier 39. I was like, fine. So every weekend I'd go on yo, we got a cruise going down. Tomorrow is going down, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden I get a letter. You got to go to the city council and meet with the city council. And But it was cool because all the lowriders showed up. So anyways, I went off topic.
No, that's a good story.
No,
though.
it's a good
That's a good
story,
story.
though.
So what happened to the city council?
Going.
Talk to us.
Well, they basically told me you can't do this anymore. You got to stop. It's illegal. I was like, what? No, but we're not doing anything. And all the homies came up. It's like, yo, we're not doing anything. We're just going out there and cruising and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But they weren't having it, you know. And that, you know, during the time where cruising is illegal, not
Yeah.
anymore, supposedly.
But a lot of time back then, also the cruising was done whenever somebody got shot or
Exactly,
something.
you know,
it was a much.
Yeah, it's
it was a different
today.
time.
It was a rougher scene back then.
Yeah, it was a rougher scene. You're right. So, as a vendor, I was getting frustrated looking for events. And I was on Instagram, and I started, looking
You're
at.
right, you're right,
It's
yeah.
frustrating. You know, I want to go to all these events, but I couldn't find it in order, and that frustrates me. So I'm like, dude, let me look around to see what's around here. So I started. I wanted to see if there was a website or an app that kind of helped you with this, and there wasn't. There was one that was, you remember Daza?
Yes.
She, I guess, was starting something just like this. I've never told anybody the story. She was starting something just like this. And when I found it, I was like, oh, forget it. I'm done. I'll just wait until this is available, and I'll just wait. And I kept waiting and waiting and waiting, and I kept checking the website. And then one day the website was gone, and I saw the updates for the app wasn't for months. I was like, oh, shit, I don't think this is going to happen. So then I went right back into researching how to get this done.
Yeah.
And I created an app and a website called Boulevard Connect, where you can find car shows or anything Chicano-related car shows, art exhibits that we care about.
That's dope.
That's community driven means like if you're having an event,
You can post it on this.
you can post it on there for free. And it's in order, and you can search by location, you can search by date. So if I'm going to Chicago for a vacation in 2 weeks, I'm going to type in going Chicago. I'm going to see it. All the events come up as long as people post it.
Yes.
So they have to post their event. There's a place where you could cruises, find cruises. Yeah. There's a place where you could sell your car for free. You need a photographer in the lowrider community that knows what you're looking for. Yeah. There's photographers there. We got a whole bunch of photographers, and it's free. Vendors,
models, auto shops.
Yeah, models.
Yeah, models, bro.
Models?
Pineapples? Somebody say pineapples?
It's like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I saw and I see it all the time. And it's close to me. I see Blastaware. Shout out to Blastaware.
Oh, Blastaware. What's up? I met that guy. Real nice guy.
I saw him in Laurel Canyon cruising. I was like, dude, I didn't know. I was like, he was posted up right there. I was like, this would have been perfect for that to be like,
exactly,
because I always miss the Laurel Canyon ones and the Van Nuys ones. They're right here, but
Van Nuys is what, every third.
Well, that's the thing. I can't keep up with. It's every third of the fourth of them. I can't, bro. We got so much stuff going on over here.
Right.
But if I had this,
so if you had that, you could.
So it comes up like this.
That's nice lettering right there, bro.
Yeah. And look, if you go to events, and the events is the cool part. Look at all these events, and it's all in order.
Oh shit.
Look at that.
Yeah, a lot of people post.
Yeah, there's a.
So I could go on there and post something.
Yeah,
related to.
You go right there.
I could put an upside down pineapple or something.
Yeah. I mean, we have to approve it.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to get.
So every time, because we don't want somebody just going up there and posting
pineapples.
Yeah, putting pineapples. I'm like, fucking boo boo. So
Tetota Friday or something.
Okay. Meet me at the spa.
Yeah.
Door will be unlocked.
Not 3 times the stomp.
Boo-boo's right there. Got the baby oil.
Yeah.
So
he'll walk in like, I'm already here. Come on, let's get this thing over. Hey, but that's a great idea. Was that another binge night? You were just sitting there chilling, or
it was just a night of frustration. I was just going, what the fuck, dude? There has to be something like that. And that's where I found that what Dazza was doing. And hey, shout out to Dazza. I mean, she was somebody I always dreamt about, and then I saw what she was going to do, and unfortunately she didn't do it. But
it didn't happen. But hey,
but all respect to her and whoever was doing it to go for it, but it didn't just go in it. So
how long
I was actually, out of respect, I was actually not even going to do it because of what she was doing.
Yeah,
but it went away.
Didn't happen.
So I was like, okay.
How long has the app been going up for?
Around 7 months.
Okay, and how's it going?
Very well. It's growing every day. Every day it's growing, and there's now I'm getting people coming up, when I'm at an event, and I should tell them about this. Like, oh, dude, I got this on my phone.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, right.
So I can go on my Android or my anything and just
Android, Apple Store, and you can download it.
Let's see, bro.
It's called Boulevard Connect.
Boulevard Connect, bro.
Let me see. Bro.
And it's all free. It's all free.
That's my favorite word right there, bro. Now,
for right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna be like Citizen app. No, I gotta pay $20 for that damn thing. Dude, those guys are good. Dude, the Citizen app.
Yeah, bro.
It was free for a minute.
Yeah.
Not no more.
No, it's like it's like drug dealer. They give you a little taste.
Of course.
Then you're like hooked on it, and then it's like, oh shit, now it's got pay up, sucker.
Yeah. but it works.
Because if it works, it's great.
There it is, bro. Boulevard Connect, and it's easy to remember. It's not no Boulevard __. You know how sometimes not. This is perfect.
Oh, and props out to my partners at Cruiser Brand, Gabe and Vince. So there you go.
There you go. Allow full name. You got all right. Boulevard.
Also, you got to register.
Well, yeah, of course.
Register. Then you check your email for the email verification, and then you go in.
So if I'm having an event somewhere, I could put American Cholos having a handball tournament. Oh, for sure, bro. For sure, we'll be tapping in with this. This is something that's needed for the community. Now, this is nationwide.
Nationwide, bro.
There's actually I don't know if you can see that one, Chris.
Yeah, there's actually an event in Japan on there now in December.
No way.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh shit, I just went international.
So right. So right now, this is your baby.
That's my baby.
How much? I know it's up for 7 months, but how much time did it take you from start to finish to actually get it like where it's finally moving?
Probably around 4 months.
Okay.
4 months and working on it day and night, bro.
Now how does somebody go about making an app? You sub it out to somebody, I'm sure, that knows all that stuff.
Yes. It's not cheap. It's time consuming. But it's you ever hear the 80-20 rule? 20% of the work gets 80% of the results.
Okay.
So it's like you work a little hard here, you work really hard, 24/7, and then boom, it's ready to go.
That's a great idea, bro.
Hell yeah.
That's a real good idea. Boulevard Connect.
That's it.
Yeah. Do you go to the car shows and try to let
Push
people
it?
know, hey, the Boulevard Connect. Bro.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes when I'm with Cholo, when I have a booth for Cholo, and people come up, but now I have to start really dedicating a booth and everything signage just for that now, because we have some contests. We're going to be doing a model contest, kind of like the ink contest.
Yes.
But I'm trying to work with the magazine to give me a front cover and do a model contest. But because
Like males, females, just
lowrider model.
Okay.
You remember back in the day, you used to go to lowrider
Of
shows?
course.
Yeah,
They don't do
took
that
them-
anymore.
No, they don't.
They don't do that
They even
anymore.
took them off the magazine.
Yeah,
Well,
they-
the magazine's not even there no
Yeah.
more. But
Yeah, the magazine's not there.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it's all digital now.
It's owned by some big
It's
motor
owned by, like-
trends or something like that.
It's because
They kind of
they
lease it out to certain people. Lowrider.
yeah, exactly. They lease
they
it out.
lease it out to certain people.
There's a big
and-
controversy over that right now.
Yeah.
There's some
Yeah.
shit going down
It's-
behind the scenes.
It's
but-
because they've been
Yeah.
eating too much hot Cheetos, bro.
There you go, yeah.
Some of there are some beautiful models out there, but there's some that you're like, yeah. Well,
no.
No,
Hey,
no.
yeah, I don't think you're gonna cover that one, bro.
I like big thighs. I like that shit. Yeah.
All right, so when's your next event where people can see
dude, I don't-
these people? Because right now it's the Christmas time, so
Damn it, I forgot where. Oh, dude, we're gonna be at Elysian Park this Saturday for Ojitos Bonitos, Dangerous, and Art Behind the Walls is having a Christmas toy drive at Elysian Park this December 7th. And we're gonna be there. I'm gonna be there with Cholo and Lolo. It's a great event right down the street from Dodger Stadium. It's a lot of fun. Good day, a good fun day in LA.
that's dope. Hey, Michael, I want to thank you for coming through,
right.
brother.
Oh, dude.
This has been a great podcast. Look over there. Let
Everybody
people
knows
know where they can send you the hate mail, carnal, all that good stuff, homie.
It is.
You know, I'm really thrilled to be here. Honestly, like I said, I'm a fan of the show. I disagree with Gil on a few things, but the cool thing is, you know, we can talk about it, and that's the beauty about it. So
For sure. Absolutely, and that's what we do over here. Like at the end of the day, homie.
Sure.
At the end of the day, a lot of the talk is just, you know, it's part of the gig. But I think what the beautiful part is, we're having these conversations. You know, not here now about that, but we're elevating the game, brother. That's what it's about. Bobo, take us
That's
out
what
with
we're
your
trying to
Mickey, homie, with your
Damn,
chola.
that's right. We got the Mickey Mouse, and everybody knows
Not
why I
Mickey.
got Mickey.
No,
'cause, you know,
not Mickey.
that's- Oh, this
Cholo
is Cholo
Mouse.
Mouse. Cholo Mouse. Because you know I
Boo's
work
gonna
for
get
that
me in
dude.
trouble, bro.
Right?
Representing Cholo Honolulu.
There you go. All right, guys, we'll see you in
it. We
about
out.
40 minutes. We'll have
yeah.
RBL in the
I
house.
see. Bluebird on my shoulder.
Yeah, Black Sea will be in here. Let's run it, people.
Yes.
All right, we're out.
All right, we out.
Oh man, that was dope, brother.